headlines sell papers. Good headline. I'm just going to tell you, good headlines sell papers. Dr. Bryant was at the Board of Governors meeting in Gainesville, Florida during the time that they made this underhanded move to change financial control of the university. She was there in Gainesville for the entire day, and when they called her and asked her what was going on, she asked them to call her back that she didn't know at the time. And so the only thing that made it to the newspaper was, I don't know anything and it's fine with me. And so you all have to remember that editing, etc., can make things look exactly how it is. Dr. Bryant is standing up for FAMU, but the students need some more answers. The students need to be able to speak to the administration, and hopefully we'll be able to get them down here to speak to you all. All of your questions are not going to be answered because they don't even know all the answers to the question. And that's a problem. The administration doesn't know all the answers to the questions, and so hopefully we'll be able to get these answered. How are you all giving these? Y'all giving them to them? Oh, no, they'll be typing. All right, you all type them in the letter format, but just remember, try to do your best to represent this university well, protest or no protest. I'm just asking you all that. If you all can protest anything you want, I don't care. That's what the students are supposed to do. But just try to make sure you're representing your university well. I'm gonna turn it back over to you all. If you all have questions, make sure they're relevant. The SAFE team is not around because the SAFE team didn't keep anybody safe. So once you said, huh? You said what? Okay, well the SAFE team didn't do much, and so that's why we don't have a SAFE team. Everybody didn't get paid because the deans and the administrators didn't fill out the paperwork correctly. So it's not any of you all's fault. I didn't get paid either, and so we're still working that everybody gets paid. Are there any other questions? Anything else that I hear? Yes.
Well, I don't understand that. Why would you take away something that's trying to help us?
We didn't. Nah, you are.
You wait till I'm not saying you. I'm just saying why would they stop funding for the SAFE team when it's taking people way back there, way back, like if phase 3, even down to Kingston Square where people don't even live in facilities when the number of rates and the number of different things that happen, like the number of crimes went up since the SAFE team has been taken away. I think that they should fund it again.
I think that we should increase our funding to the police officers, not the SAFE team. The SAFE team, all they had was tasers or something. That's not going to prevent any crime. That's a Senate duty. We'll hopefully be able to fund the SAFE team next year. But if we're going to give money to the SAFE team, they need to be doing more than hanging out in the carts and hollering at chicks. Any other questions? How many of you all want to know what's going on at pharmacy? Yes. Yes. Why fund the dance troupe? Ask the Senate. I don't know how many dance troupes are funded. The budget. Listen. Ashley, the budget will be out tonight, and the Senate. If you all want to see what's going on with the budget, come to the Senate meeting this evening. Senate meeting this evening, 6 o'clock in the Senate chambers. You got a question you writing? No? That's up to your budget director. You need to ask the person who if you're an OPS student and you're being paid under minimum wage, then the person who signs your paycheck, the dean, the administrator, the director of your office didn't do the budgeting right at the beginning of the year. You have a pot of money. Let's say you have $10,000 and you have 5 students who give them each $2,000, right? Well, if you're trying to hire 10, that means you can only give them $1,000. So obviously they need to fire some people or get some more money. I think they should fire some people because they hired too many people from the beginning. That's why you're getting paid below minimum wage. I only have one paycheck since January. I don't know how they keep losing paperwork. I'm not here as an administrator coming to answer your question. I suffer from the same problems you all do. I'm just as pissed as you are. But I don't know why they lose paperwork. I don't know why they lose my financial aid every year. I don't know why I have to go through verification every year. Yes? It's a problem that needs to be handled, but the only thing that you can do is make copies of all your paperwork. Any paperwork before you turn it in, make a copy of it so you're ready to give it to them the next time. We already know it's a problem. It's been a problem since I got here. So I make a copy of my financial aid forms every time. I get extra documentation, so if I have to go through verification, I do it every time. We as students, unfortunately, have to be the bigger people sometimes and take care of these things for ourselves, and that's the only thing I can say. I don't know why they lose paperwork. I never lose my paperwork. Yes. Yes.
Has there been any changes in the grad student and master's and PhD program?
What'd you say? Just come up. Don't be afraid.
Master's and PhD program and grad students. Has there been any changes in the
You mean from the Pappas report when they were saying limiting? No. How many? There's a report that came out, the Pappas report, that recommended that we limit the number of master's degree offerings that Florida A&M University offers. That is just a recommendation. That will not happen. That will not happen. There are no changes that have gone on in the graduate program to date, and there will be no changes. That's something we have spoken to Ken Pruitt, the Senate President, about, Tony Hill, those legislators that make those decisions. We've already discussed it with them. I talked to Dr. Ammons on yesterday. He's already said we're taking a stance against this. This is something that is not going to happen. Listen, I'm being very, very, very respectful. If you're in the orange room, go in the orange room. If you're here to get questions answered, stay out here. Just quiet down, please. Yes.
I heard the threat of appropriations possibly not being given to FAMU.
That's just a threat. Listen, people talk. People talk all the time. The person that recommended that they close FAMU, a freshman Republican, his first term in Senate, people talk. These are things, when you have a conversation with somebody, and if I want to make the story better, I pick out one sentence out of the whole conversation, out of context. Don't tell what happened before it or what happened after it. Don't tell if it was a joke. Don't tell if it was something that was said under somebody's breath, and everybody can only take that sentence for what it is. Then that's not correct reporting. And that's what he said. That was just one random comment by one random person who said, if things don't get better, FAMU can cease to exist. Or if things don't get better, we shouldn't appropriate them money. That's just a suggestion, a recommendation. It's asinine. It's not going to happen. Yes, ma'am. Okay. Okay.
It's a good idea, you understand, but I think that this is not the correct place and correct way to do it, because I'm just wondering, like, after we go through all of this, like, what exactly is going to happen, and I think that you guys are not following, like, the correct steps. If I did, I would be out there tomorrow. I don't think that this is appropriate.
Listen, as I said last week, we had a town hall meeting last week. As I said last week, protests, rallies, sit-ins, marches are effective. Kyle and Eric and other students wanted a protest. As your student body president,